Hey everybody, how are y'all doing? So what I been working on today is just a little side project. Uh, so I took the guy that drives the car in the game Outrun. I took him out of the car, just kind of made my own interpretation of what he might look like, and then I pretty much arranged him so you know the arms are out like that. And then what I did is I made simple geometry for each body part, similar to that, and uh, And so here we are now in Blender with what I got done up to that point. And I labeled these with letters so it's easier to follow along. I'm not doing all this today, but I just wanted to kind of see how this would do. So even though this is not the texture that's going to be in here, it'll still work for now. So these objects here, these are the Jbeams for those body parts. And all of them need to have their origin set to the 3D cursor, assuming it's at 0, 0, 0. They all need to go to there and apply all the transforms and make sure you don't have anything inside out. Yeah, look at that, see? That's alright, I don't need that. Uh, just go to your thing here and go to face orientation. See, I got some faces inside out. It's just the way I made it, the way I made it, the way I put it together, just kind of just slapped together. So anytime you got a red poly, you go into edit mode and you just reverse the normals. Now it don't matter so much for J-beams as it does for track objects. Track objects, if they're inside out and they're solid, it'll eat the car, which works good for a lava effect, but it's not good for um, driving on stuff like that, because it'll just, you'll get stuck. So you just flip the normals so it's not inside out. Alright, so these different objects that make him up, each one's a different object. I'm going to name them the same as the letter that they are. And then these are going to be the J-beams, and temporarily there will be the mesh too that makes up the model, just until I get something else made. But for now, this will be showing you how to do the body part of it anyway. So you got A, B, C, D, E, and F. Each one's labeled. F is not right. Look at that. That's why. 'Cause there's the same object. So we'll have to take those and separate them into a new group. Separate by selection. So this will be A, B, C, D, E, and F. Now the node prefix in this data object, data properties for each one you got in the Jbeam section, you got where you put a prefix for the nodes. So A is going to be A, B is going to be B, C is going to be C, and D will be D, E will be E, and F will be J. That's the best, would you? It'll be F. So each one's got its own prefix, right? And now it's a great time to save your Blender file because you can't export Jbeams if you're not saved yet. So I'm going to put this in their own little folder, their own little mod folder, because I don't even know what that thing's going to go with yet. Probably the Scintilla a convertible scintilla. It's probably what he's going to end up being in. But for now, he needs to just have his own little folder. So we can test him out, see how he does. So in here, we'll just put just Outrun, I guess. And inside of here, we need to put an info file and a pre-filled out Jbeam file. Actually, I don't know that I want to use that one. I'm going to copy this one in there. We need a material file, so I don't trust the game to make it. I always end up having to do it anyway. Let me go. Oh, here we go. Here's a material file. And the Jbeam file I'm going to use. I'm going to use one from one of these. Use the one from the Tornado, I guess. Twister. You can name it if you want. You don't got to name it. We got to name it something, but it don't matter what you name this. Now the info file will be the name of the mod. So it'll show up when you go to pick it. And save all that stuff. And go to the material file. So what I'll do is just use one of these. But we don't need all this. This is for something else. Wait a minute, that's a damn terrain paint, damn texture. God damn it. Hold on a minute. I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean? This don't look right. No, it wasn't right. All these animated, no, good. We'll use that one. Alright, the texture name I gave it in here is just letters, is what I named it. That's fine. I don't think nothing's going to have that name. But you never know. But I'm going to take a chance, say no, it ain't nothing got that for a texture name yet. Diffuse color, you know what? I would be lying if I told you I knew what to put there to add something to it, but I don't have no damn idea. I got to look at the old one. In fact, move it to there. Find one with it got a diffuse on here. Base color map. See, it's not even called base color map in non-PBR. So you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna wait till I get in the game and then add it in there. I just got to put the texture in there that I'm using for that, which is here on the desktop. Somewhere on the desktop. There it is. Outrun letters.png. Alright, so this goes Oh, I said I was gonna wait. That's right. That's right. Did I save it though? No. Now, the Jbeam. Well, you remember we named the parts A, B, C, D, E, and F, right? So those are our flex bodies. A, B, C, D, E, and F. A, B, C, D, E, F. And you know what? We'll make them have the same name for the group name. Helps keep everything stay organized. Name of the mod goes up. You can put it up top, up there. So I try not to close all these things out. I'll try to leave them open so I don't keep going back and getting them. But sometimes it can be confusing if you got them in multiple places and you end up writing to the wrong one. Happens a lot, especially when I'm working on the desktop and I got a folder in there for it and I forget which one I'm. Yeah, it happens a bit, quite a bit. I always just double check up here that it's in the right folder. It happens too when you copy and paste from other ones like that. Like copying the wrong thing. Alright, now we got groups. We got group names. We got to put the group names. So these are the reference nodes. We'll leave that. And this is where we'll start the ones for him. I tell you, I will never buy this mouse again. Never ever get this one again. Which one is it? I don't know. It's one that can't stay connected wirelessly very long, or it loses its. Keep reconnecting the damn thing. It's like $150 for that damn mouse, man. It's one of the more popular ones, but I couldn't tell you the name right now. Razer, I think, makes it. Yeah, Razer makes it. It doesn't stay not connected. Like when you do wireless, it just keeps losing its. You'll be messing around, all of a sudden your cursor just stops. And if you wait, sometimes it'll come back. Other times you hit it a couple times, it might come back. But most of the time it don't. Yeah, so it's the Razer Bellisk Ultimate. And see, it's got a charge, so there shouldn't be no reason why it's losing signal. But yeah, I wouldn't buy it again. Nope. Alright, where are we at? Oh, we're doing the Jbeam. So we got group A and B, C, D, E, and F. Alright, we don't need that. We're not using any of that, nor that. Alright, we just need to get our nodes. So how do we get them? Well, we save our Blender file into the folder that we just created. And that way it knows where to send these when you send these out as JBeams. So A, B, C, D, E, and F, we're going to send it out as JBeams, export JBeams. And it says at the bottom it successfully exported 6 JBeams. Now we're going to export these also as the DAEs. I don't know what that empty, oh, that's that picture. I used it as a reference. So this gets exported as the DAEs now. And those flex bodies we filled out earlier, that's what they're looking for. So it knows which one to put with which one. So the DAE goes in here too. Since we do not want to send the photo, also we'll select the ones we do need to send out and send them selection only. Now we can load the other programs into here, the other JBeams into here, the ones that were just created. We'll just drag them into here. Now I prefer to put them on this side, but it's up to you how you do it. So I'll just move A, B, C, D, E, and F over there. And then drag from one to the other. I'm missing an E. There it is. E, E, F. Alright. So going to A. Going up here to group A. Alright, that's going to be where our nodes for A go. And the same thing with all the others. Now we do that with the beams, but they don't have to be separated by any group stuff. Alright, so the beams, you'll use whatever this is here. I'm not sure what that, oh, that was for the tornado. That's its settings, but it'll work too. If you don't put anything, it'll put something for you. It'll put whatever the default is, and I think it's like the settings for like what the steel frame of a car would be. I think is like the default. I don't know, I have to look again. It's somewhere on the wiki thing. It tells you what it is if you don't add it, what it'll give it. Something else I found out about this thing, I don't think they tell you, I kind of figured it out, is when you use a support beam, you got different kinds of beams, support, pressure, anisotropic. There's a few different ones, L beams, but the thing is, if you specify anywhere that anything's like a support beam, then all the others now have a beam type in it also, or it'll all be whatever the other one was, even though you only specified that one for that one. Since you mentioned it at all, it stays active basically until you tell it it's something different. I guess it makes sense, since whatever follows this gets that, and normally I don't normally put the name in there, but anyway, if you ever get in a position you find out your damn beams are wrong, they're not the right type, that's probably what it is. Now we put the triangles in. The collision triangles. I remember when I first started doing this stuff, I said, I'm going to make a new brick wall. I'm going to make them with the little red bricks, though, and I'm going to have about 100 of them. When I realized each one's got to be done like this, I said, maybe 100's too many. Maybe we'll just do about 5. It does take a bit, but once you do it enough, you get in a rhythm, you know. It's second nature. You don't even think about it. All right, I think we're good. Now these are not connected to one another, so it will spawn. They will fall to the ground. Node weight 100 kilos. That's a lot. That's a heavy sucker right there. One, and we'll have to minimize the amount of spring it's got now for just one weight of one. I think 1 million would not be pushing it, but we'll find out. If it doesn't work, it's gonna. You'll know it. You'll know it don't work when it don't work. It'll implode on you. I got that goddamn HDR on. Shit. God damn it. Well, it's too late now. It's already on. If you got an HDR display, then you would enjoy this probably, but if you don't, it's going to look washed out. Yep. Oh well, I forgot again. Outrun. Hey, look at there. Remember I said I'd add the texture in the game. I mean, the texture is here, but the material for it's not. I just have to tell it. Man, what happened with that? Ah, how'd that happen? I don't know. Missing some polys there. Alright, let's get our material library. That's off on my other screen over there. Oh. Alright, like I said, he's gonna fall down because he doesn't have any. That's a lot of oscillation, isn't it? Let me give it some more damping. That's a lot of oscillation. What I find helps that is allowing it to deform some. If it can deform kind of easily, but not too easily, it can help. And also more damping helps. But it having the ability to bend some, where it's not a all or nothing kind of deal, it doesn't oscillate as bad. I mean, even though you might not see it deforming, you know what I mean? God damn it. That's good enough. I don't know what's going on with that poly there. It's missing. Could be the way I made it. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know why it's missing. So it's the left. It's that corner. I don't know. Well, we'll just redo it. Oh, it just occurred to me. It might be inside out. No, it wasn't. Well, I wouldn't know because I damn replaced it already. It's probably inside out. I probably didn't somehow flip those around or didn't hit apply. I don't know. They're gonna lock up on me, I think. Yeah. I ain't coming back at this point. Still broken, ain't it? Well, then it's got to be a Jbeam issue. That's all it could be. It's still kind of weird, though, because it just is. Because the mesh is here, even if the Jbeam's not right. I re-exported it. So we'll just drag B back over with the new part on it. Might say, well, why didn't you just connect them all before you load? Well, if you connect them all before you load them and then you have to do any changes like this, there's a damn good chance it's going to rewrite one of these as a different number. And maybe that was the number that was connected to something. And you have to do it again. So I just like to make sure all the pieces are there, accounted for, and then when they all appear like they should, then I'll worry about connecting it. Like now. So one easy way to do this, my old buddy Tony Cartney told me, he said, you know, it's easier if you just turn on the zero gravity when you do that. That way it don't go nowhere. And you ain't got to worry about catching it before it falls to the ground. So what we do, we look at here at the node names, and like where you see BR5 and ER8, those would be connected. BL4, EL7, those will be connected. You can do it by manually adding them inside of Notepad++ by just simply adding them to the game, or you could just add them in here. Or you could load the Jbeam editor program and load them in there and do it in there by just actually connecting them, which this is probably easier, even though this program's a pain in the ass to move around in, it'll still work. So we'll load the Jbeam into here directly. not A, B, C, D, E, and F. Just since we already got it in here in the game, we put it in there like that. Then we go to beams, add single, and we got to make sure we put there where those beams are going to be. I'll have them use the same properties as these. Put your cursor there. That way, once you connect, they will put them there. And you got to use the number pads to move around in here. It can be a little difficult to see unless you get right up on it. See, I just made a new beam. New beam. The neck and the head I didn't really think much about. I doubt that's going to work. We'll try it anyway. It's kind of like one of those bridge constructors. You know, them games that you make with the bridges and stuff. Yeah, keep them from falling over. So that's what I don't like about this damn thing. You gotta damn use these arrows, and it's just, I don't know. I don't like it. You can also make adjustments if you want to move them. Like I see that's definitely not lined up. I could select them by unselecting add single, go to nodes and say select. Select the ones that I want to move. And then say move. And I forgot about this damn thing. It does that shit. It's very crazy the way this thing, like to move that I should be able to just select it and then say move and not have to use that one to do it in. I don't know, man. Shit's just crazy. Alright, now we save it and we reload with Control R. It should be all connected now. See, in the game Outrun, that car flip over, and the little guy goes flying out of it. Now, if you ever don't want something to bend too far the wrong way, then you gotta use a support beam. Support beams are to keep things from bending the wrong way. Or bending too far. So like how this thing goes too far over. But I'm not worrying about all that. Not gonna worry about it. I guess that's pretty much it. That's all I was gonna really show y'all. I didn't do the legs. I didn't finish the textures. But I guess I could now, or start to anyway. But I'm done talking. idea why it's doing that.